As we've seen in previous sessions, Jesus really was crucified and his tomb was undeniably empty 3 days after his body was buried. These facts of history are admitted by ancient critics and even most modern skeptics. The question for nearly all is no longer if the tomb wasn't as empty, but rather how the tomb became empty. Those with a negative bias towards supernatural events have tried to explain how the tomb became empty without divine influence. We will individually consider the validity of numerous, sometimes overlapping, naturalistic and alternative theories within this and several future sessions. It is important to note as we examine each theory that none has ever met with general acceptance, even among radical critics and rationalists. Many have been completely abandoned by all modern scholars. Those who trust in science as the ultimate authority claim the resurrection could not have happened since it is scientifically unexplainable. In response, we must first recognize miracles like Jesus' resurrection are supernatural, though not opposed to nature, and are therefore beyond the bounds of science, which only deals with presently observable natural phenomena. So science is not an authority on matters such as Jesus' resurrection and cannot possibly offer valid reasons to dismiss the resurrection. We should never conclude an act or event is impossible just because we have not personally observed it. As one scholar noted, it is unscientific to begin with the philosophical presupposition that miracles cannot occur. We have a right to demand good evidence for an alleged event which we have not experienced, but we dare not judge reality by our limited experience. One cannot authoritatively say miracles are impossible unless they are omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent like God. Also, science has proven to be incorrect in the past, as new discoveries regularly cause us to reevaluate, change, and eliminate old theories. Since science, and therefore scientists, are not always correct, we should not recognize it and them as bearers of absolute truth. Further, if God exists, and we have many excellent reasons to believe this is the case, then the performance of miracles is not only possible, but highly probable. The mighty God who created this awesome universe is certainly able to miraculously work within or even transcend its natural laws whenever he desires. While science cannot probe into events such as the resurrection, history can. As respected scholar J.N.D. Anderson noted, whether the resurrection of Jesus took place or not is an historical question, and so the question has to be decided on the level of historical argument. Since the key unmiraculous characters, geographical settings, and events described in the Bible have proven to be entirely historical, we have no good reason to flippantly dismiss the miraculous events as mythical, especially when they involve historically verifiable individuals living within an authentic first-century Jewish community. History, rather than science, is a primary tool we must use to validate the resurrection. If one can demonstrate enough credible eyewitnesses, including skeptics, were present to verify an event, miraculous or not, then we have every reason to accept that event as historical. Also, the reality of major biblical miracles such as creation, the worldwide flood, and fulfilled prophecy, as well as less impressive miracles like the unique collapse of Jericho's walls, is supported by concrete evidence. Further, Jesus' miracles have especially excellent historical documentation, as we've already seen in other sessions. Additionally, despite the claims of anti-supernatural theorists, the significant historical evidence for Jesus' resurrection must be countered by equally substantial proof. Scientists should agree our conclusions must be formed from the best available evidence. Based upon what we currently know, an unbiased person must conclude Jesus' physical resurrection likely happened due to the lack of evidence against this event and exceptional historical confirmation for it.